Welcome in, everyone, to Lively Lewis Stories.
That's right. We're back with even more awesome adventures with Levi and Ivy.
Set your storytime meter to fun and get ready to join the Lively Lewis crew.
All you need is your imagination and...
Off we go! I can't wait to see where our story takes us today.
Have you ever wanted to get more Lively Lewis in your life?
Well, we've got you covered.
Grab an adult and zoom over to livelylewisshop.com.
Or just click on the link in our show notes.
Enough about that. Let's get to today's super Lively Lewis story.
That day at school, Levi and all his friends couldn't wait until recess. It wasn't because they'd be playing a new game, or because recess was longer that day than normal. The reason Levi and the rest of the school was excited was because of the annual rock and roller skate night that was coming up in just 1 week. Each year, Levi and Ivy's school ran a roller skating night with food, games, raffle prizes, skating, of course, and oh yeah, one other little thing. Only the biggest contest to take place all year. The Best Skate Trick Contest. One winner was picked in each grade, and it was the most sought-after title in the whole school. Levi had always been pretty close to winning every year, but he never quite managed to pull off the best skating trick in his grade. That title went to his friend, Liam. Liam was an excellent skater and always managed to spin more, jump higher, and skate faster than Levi to grab that title every year. But this year would be different because this year the school decided to change things up a bit and have a team trick competition as well. Levi knew that if he and Liam worked together, they couldn't lose. The bell finally rang after what seemed like an eternity, and Levi and his friends ran to the cafeteria. But they were all too excited to eat. Instead, they decided to talk all about the tricks they were working on for the roller skating contest. "I'm thinking of trying a triple twirl," said Levi's friend Ava. "Oh, that's nothing compared to the jump wheel grab I'm planning to try," added Levi's other friend Brody. "Well, good luck to both of you," Levi began. "But Liam and I are setting our sights on the team trick trophy." But it actually wasn't a trophy. It was an ice cream for a month in the school cafeteria. Any ice cream novelty you could imagine. Ice cream sandwiches, chocolate chip ice cream cookie bites, double icy flavor pops, and so much more. Levi loved ice cream, even more than roller skating, and couldn't wait to take home that sweet prize. "Liam and I are going to try a synchronized crossover jump and spin," said Levi with a big smile on his face. "We'll skate together around the rink, gaining speed. Then I'll skate ahead just a little bit," Liam interrupted. "Cross in front of Levi, and we'll both jump and spin in the air before landing. Right next to each other again," exclaimed Levi and Liam together. "We can't lose," said Levi. "We're going to practice without our skates at recess to get our timing down. Then we'll head over to the skating rink after school to try it out on our wheels," added Liam. Just as all of Levi's friends were comparing their contest tricks, their school principal walked into the cafeteria and asked everyone to quiet down because he had an announcement to make. He grabbed the cafeteria microphone and said hello to all the students. "I know you're all excited to get outside for recess, but I have a special announcement to make," began the principal. "Actually, it's more of an introduction." As he said this, Levi's teacher, Mrs. Moore, walked into the cafeteria holding the door wide open behind her. "I would all like you to join me in welcoming a new student to our school family," said the principal. "This is Billy." As the principal said Billy's name, he motioned toward the cafeteria door that Mrs. Moore was holding open. All the kids turned their heads to see who would be walking in. But what they saw was not what they expected. Billy was in a wheelchair. Levi didn't think anything of it. He had seen so many people in wheelchairs before, and he knew they could do anything he could do, just maybe sometimes with a little help or in a different way. But Billy was the first kid at Levi's school to be in a wheelchair. So for some kids, it was their first time seeing this. "Let's all say hello to Billy," said the principal. "Hello, Billy," said the entire cafeteria all together like a chorus. "I know you'll all make Billy feel welcome in our school," the principal added. "Billy is joining Mrs. Moore's class and will meet his new classmates after recess. Have a great rest of your day, everyone." Levi was so excited to have a new kid in his class. He was excited to meet Billy after recess and went back to talking with Liam about their skating trick. But as he did that, he noticed that Liam was giggling with Brody and Ava. What's so funny? Levi asked. He loved a good joke. Oh, nothing. Just figure we better practice twice as hard if Billy joins the skating contest, laughed Liam. With wheels that big, he's sure to roll right over the competition. Everyone laughed except for Levi. What's funny about that? He asked, looking confused and a bit disappointed in the way his friends were acting. Come on, Levi, Liam said. Lighten up. I'm just saying because he's in a wheelchair, he's got an advantage. He's literally on wheels all the time. I don't know that it's an advantage, said Levi. It's how he gets around because he obviously can't walk. I don't think it's nice to make fun of someone for needing to use a wheelchair. Levi, you don't even know this kid. Why are you standing up for him? Asked Liam. We're just having fun. That's just it, Levi began. It's not funny. Billy doesn't know anyone at our school. How would you feel if you were in his position and someone was making fun of your glasses? Hey, that's not cool. I need my glasses to see, said Liam quickly. And Billy needs his wheelchair to get around, replied Levi. Liam looked upset, like Levi was ruining his fun. He got up in a huff as the recess bell rang, and he told Levi he'd be waiting for him outside. Levi took a minute to gather up his lunch bag and water bottle, and as he turned around, he bumped right into Billy and Mrs. Moore. Hi, Billy. Hi, Mrs. Moore, said Levi. Hi, Levi. Do you think you could do me a big favor? Asked Mrs. Moore. Could you please be Billy's buddy and show him around a little bit during recess? Oh, I'd love to, but I was supposed to practice my roller skating team trick with Liam, began Levi. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's okay, said Billy, looking a little sad and disappointed. We can just do it another time, or I can figure it out myself. Levi looked at Billy and instantly knew just how he felt. He remembered being the new kid at camp 2 summers ago and how nice it was when one of the older campers took him around and showed him the ropes. You know what? Said Levi. I can always practice with Liam after school. Let's go, Billy. There's lots of cool stuff to show you here at school. We'll start with the gym. Do you like sports? I love basketball, said Billy with a big smile on his face. Thanks, Levi. I really appreciate you showing me around. No problem at all, said Levi. I'll also show you where the best water fountain is and the quickest way to get from the lunchroom to the playground. I knew I made the right choice, said Mrs. Moore, patting Levi on the back. Thank you so much. Levi and Billy left the lunchroom and started to make their way around the school. As Levi showed him around, they talked about Billy's hobbies, where he moved from, and of course, the rock and roller skate night. They found out they had a lot in common and could tell they would be friends. So, do you think you'll come to the skate night? Asked Levi. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'll tell my parents about it, said Billy as they made their way to the playground. This is the last stop on our school tour, laughed Levi. I saved the best for last. Billy and Levi continued to talk as Liam, Brody, and Ava walked over. Hey, where have you been? Liam barked at Levi in an annoyed tone. I thought we were practicing for the skating contest. I'm sorry, Liam, said Levi. Mrs. Moore asked me to show Billy around. I thought we could just practice after school because we still have a week before the skate night, but I should have told you. Levi thought Liam was okay, but he wasn't. So since you're all here, I wanted to introduce you to Billy, said Levi with a smile. But Liam was not interested in making a new friend or even saying hello. It's not okay, Liam began. Since Billy is more important than me, why don't you make him your team trick partner? Just watch out that he doesn't roll over your skates with those big wheel of his. Then Liam turned around and stomped away as the bell rang to end recess. Brody gave Levi and Billy a smirk and followed Liam back into the school. Ava looked confused. She didn't know what to do, but then before she left, she said, Hi, Billy, I'm Ava. I'm sorry about Liam, then ran off to class. Yeah, I'm sorry too, said Levi. I can't believe he's acting that way. It's okay, said Billy. I'm kind of used to it. Kids see me in a wheelchair and think I'm different. When they don't know how to interact, some don't interact at all and some hide behind rude comments. I think it's because they're nervous around someone who's different and they just need some time to get used to me. Wow, that's a really mature and understanding way to look at it, said Levi. But I don't think anyone deserves to be made fun of because they're in a wheelchair or has glasses or learns in a different way. I'm glad there are kids like you in this school, Levi, said Billy. I'm really glad I met you. My mom and dad always tell me that some people just need time to adjust to new things. And sometimes I'm that new thing. I think everyone should be treated with dignity and respect. But unfortunately, not everyone feels the same way. I'm sorry about that, Billy, said Levi. All I can say is I feel the same way you do, and I always will have your back. Maybe together we can make others see things the way we do. As they headed inside, Billy told Levi that he was sorry that Liam didn't want to be his partner for the team trick skating contest anymore. They had just been talking about how important the contest was to Levi before they saw Liam. That's okay. After the way he's been acting, I don't want to be his partner, said Levi. But he did have a pretty good suggestion. Would you like to be my skating partner? Billy was so surprised at Levi's question. Are you sure? Billy asked. I know I get around on wheels all day, but I'm not sure how I'll do in a trick skating contest. All I'm interested in is having fun with a new friend, said Levi. If we happen to beat Liam, then all the better. Levi and Billy high-fived as they walked into Mrs. Moore's class. In the week that followed, leading up to the rock and roller skate night, Levi and Billy would each learn some very important lessons. And so would Liam. He just didn't know it yet. Kids, settle down and take out your math workbooks, please, said Mrs. Moore as Billy and Levi entered the classroom. Billy, you can sit next to Levi. Your books are all on your desk. He'll show you which page we're on. Levi grabbed his workbook and showed Billy that they were on page 19. They were learning about two-dimensional shapes. Today we'll be looking at rectangles, triangles, and circles, said Mrs. Moore as she drew each shape on the board. Can someone show me an example of a square? Ava raised her hand and pointed to one of the square windows in her classroom. Very good, said Mrs. Moore. Can someone point out an example of a circle? Billy raised his hand and said, the clock on the wall. I'm surprised he didn't say his wheelchair wheels, whispered Liam to Brody. They're so big. How could you miss them? Brody laughed a little too loud and Miss Moore walked over to him and Liam. Is there something you'd like to share with the rest of the class? She asked. No, Miss Moore, said Liam, looking over at Levi, who had also heard what he said. As Mrs. Moore went back to the front of the class, Levi turned to Liam. There's no reason for you to be picking on Billy. He didn't do anything to you, whispered Levi. Please be nice. You can't tell me what to do, snapped Liam. Boys, do we have a problem? Asked Mrs. Moore. Both Levi and Liam shook their heads no, and Mrs. Moore went back to the math lesson. The day went on, and Liam continued to act rudely to Billy for no reason at all. Levi did his best to focus his attention on Billy and make him feel included and happy. At the end of the day, Levi asked Billy how he was getting home. I take the bus, answered Billy. It has a special door and ramp to lift my wheelchair inside. That's cool, said Levi. Let me help you with your books. That's okay, Levi, said Billy. I don't want special treatment when I know it's something I can do myself. But I'll definitely let you know when you can help. Like, how about grabbing the door for me? Levi smiled and opened the door for Billy. They made their way down the hallway and out to the buses. Billy told Levi where his house was, and they figured out they were all riding home on the same bus. But it was also the same bus that Liam, Ava, and Brody were on. Levi got on and took a seat right next to the special ramp that lifted Billy's wheelchair into the bus. What's up with the new bus? Asked Liam as he stepped on as well. It's a special bus that has a ramp and a lift for Billy's wheelchair, explained Levi. He doesn't live too far from us, so he'll be on this bus for the rest of the year. I hope this doesn't take too long, said Liam, sounding annoyed. Brody and I have to practice for the team trick contest. Liam flopped down in a seat with Brody and waited. It didn't take long at all. Before they knew it, Billy and his wheelchair were loaded onto the bus and they were ready to head home. It was a pretty uneventful ride home. Liam didn't talk to Levi or Billy, and Levi spent most of the time pointing out all the fun places in town to Billy as they drove by. So, how about we meet at the roller skating rink later to practice for the contest? Asked Levi before he stepped off the bus with Liam, Ava, and Brody. They were just one stop before Billy's. You were really serious about having me as your team partner for the trick contest? Billy asked, sounding surprised. I thought you were just saying that to be nice. It would be great to have you as my partner, said Levi. Let's say I'll meet you there at 6 p.m. after dinner. Here's my mom's cell phone number. If you can't make it, have your mom text her. Levi said goodbye and headed home. When he got there, he told his mom all about what happened at school that day. How Billy joined his class, how Liam wasn't being very nice, how he did his best all day to make Billy feel welcome, and how he and Billy were going to be team trick partners at rock and roller skate night. "I'm really proud of you, Levi," said his mom. "You're always so kind and considerate of other people. You have a very compassionate and empathetic heart." "Mom, those are some big words, and I'm not following along," said Levi. "That's all good, though, right?" "It absolutely is, Levi," said his mom. They're big words that can make an even bigger difference in someone's life. Compassionate means feeling or showing sympathy and concern for others, and empathetic means showing an ability to understand and share the feelings of someone else. It means you put yourself in the other person's shoes and know how you would like to be treated in that situation. That helps you make the right and kind decision regarding how to act. I'm proud of you. Levi's mom gave him a hug. He felt really good about the way that he had acted today. And since his mom didn't get a text from Billy's mom, they headed out to the skating rink at a little before 6. When they got there, Billy was waiting with his mom by the edge of the rink. Everyone got introduced, and Billy and Levi discussed the trick they would be practicing for the contest. As they were talking, Levi heard 2 familiar voices behind them. It was Liam and Brody. "Well, it looks like the competition just showed up," said Liam. "Wheels and Levi." "Be nice, Liam," said Levi, standing up quickly. "If you don't have anything nice to say, please go away. We're not bothering you." Brody laughed along with Liam at his name calling and turned to leave. "Come on, Ava," Liam called to his friend who was quietly standing behind him and Brody. Ava just stood there staring at Levi and Billy. She looked torn, not knowing who to go with. "What are you waiting for?" called Liam, getting impatient. "Let's go." But at that moment, Ava knew she had an important decision to make. She could go with Liam to make her friend happy, even though she didn't like the way he was acting towards Billy. Or she could take a stand for what she knew was right and stay. "I'm going to stay here," said Ava as she walked over and stood next to Levi and Billy. "I don't like the way you've been treating Billy, and I'm not going to listen to it anymore." "Fine," called back Liam in a huff and skated away with Brody. "I'm sorry again for the way Liam was acting today, and I'm sorry I didn't say something sooner," Ava told Billy. "That's okay. You said something now, and that's what's important," he smiled. "Thank you." Levi was so proud of Ava and made sure she knew it. The 3 friends talked some more about the trick Billy and Levi would be doing, and then they set out to practice. Levi and Billy were a great team, with Ava cheering them on from the sidelines. "I'm not just saying this, but I really think we have a chance of beating Liam and Brody," said Levi. "But either way, I just want the both of us to have fun. But a month's worth of ice cream wouldn't be bad either, right?" giggled Billy. Levi and Ava smiled and agreed. Levi and Billy practiced a few more times before their moms were ready to take them home. The rest of the week at school, Liam and Brody kept their distance as Levi, Ava, and Billy played, laughed, and worked together in class. And after school, they spent all their time at the skating rink. Levi's compassionate nature and empathetic ways had a great effect on Ava, and they were also having quite an effect on the rest of the school as well. Other students saw how Levi was acting with Billy, treating him like everyone else, being kind, respectful, and thoughtful. The type of treatment that everyone deserves. They all started to treat each other that way, and the school was a wonderful place to be. However, Liam was still not interested in being friends with Billy, and Levi still couldn't understand why. The week went by, as did the weekend, and before they knew it, it was time for rock and roller skate night. Kids and their families filed into the skating rink all ready to have some fun, except for Liam. He was only thinking of one thing: winning that team trick contest. Everyone was having a good time, eating pizza, playing games, and skating. Liam and Brody, however, just practiced their trick a few more times and then waited patiently by the edge of the rink for the contest to start. They were called first and did the same trick that Liam and Levi were going to do, and they did it perfectly. They skated by Levi and Billy when they were done. "Good luck," said Liam. "You're going to need it." Levi and Billy didn't pay attention to him. They got set up to do their trick and waited for their signal to start. The trick was hard, but they'd been practicing it all week. They skated to the center together and started to pick up speed. That's when Levi and Billy heard someone yell. It was Liam. They both stopped and immediately skated over to see what was wrong. "My glasses! I can't see!" Liam called out. While he was celebrating with Brody, his glasses got knocked off and he accidentally ran over them with his skates. They were completely broken. Brody was trying to pick up the pieces for his friend. It was clear some of Levi's kindness had gotten through to Brody as well. Billy tried to calm Liam down. Levi helped pick up the pieces of Liam's glasses as Brody went to get Liam's mom. "Don't worry," said Billy. "Brody went to get your mom. Levi is picking up the pieces of your glasses. I'm sure we can get them back together." "Why are you helping me?" asked Liam, sounding confused. "Because it's the right thing to do," said Billy. "Even though you haven't been nice to me, I can see you need help, and I'm happy to lend a hand. I know what it feels like to be in a tough spot and to not be able to do something for yourself. It's scary and frustrating, but when others around you show you kindness, compassion, respect, and empathy, anything is possible." Liam couldn't believe what he was hearing, but he agreed with everything Billy was saying. Liam's mom ran over with Liam's extra pair of glasses, which she always kept in her bag. "Thanks, Mom," said Liam. "I'm all set now." Liam turned to Billy and Levi and stopped them before they went back out to complete the trick contest. "I'm really sorry," Liam began. "I'm sorry for the way I acted to both of you this week. I saw how you and Levi were getting along, and it made me mad. I thought making fun of you would make me feel better or win Levi back, but it was definitely the wrong decision. I should have understood that it's hard to be the new kid, and needing a wheelchair to get around or glasses to be able to see is difficult sometimes. But it can be easier if people are kind and welcoming." "Thank you for apologizing, Liam," said Billy. "Yeah, Liam, thank you," Levi added. "I'm so glad you finally decided that thinking of how others feel is the best way to make them feel welcome." Just then, Mrs. Moore walked up to the boys and asked if Billy and Levi would still be doing their skating trick for the contest. They were so busy helping Liam that they almost forgot about it. Time to win the ice cream," Billy said as they waved goodbye to Liam and skated back to the center of the rink. They did an incredible roller skate wheelchair spin that ended with Levi doing a mega high jump and Billy going into a wheelie that went the length of the rink. The crowd erupted with applause and cheers, the loudest coming from Liam and Brody. It was quite obvious who the winners of the team trick contest were. Ava, Brody, and Liam all ran up to Levi and Billy after their names were announced and congratulated them for their amazing trick. "That was so cool," exclaimed Liam. "I had no idea how great you could move in that wheelchair." "There's lots you don't know about me," said Billy. "But now that we're friends, we'll all have time to learn. Maybe over some ice cream in the cafeteria this month?" Liam smiled and laughed. "I'd really like that, and I don't just mean the ice cream." Liam gave Levi a high five. He thanked him again for showing him that kindness is always a good place to start, and how a single act of compassion can change someone's whole world, including your own. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the story and learned a little something too.
And since we know everyone has their own story, we'd love to hear yours.
If you have an idea for a Lively Lewis story, leave a comment on our Apple Podcast review page with 5 stars, your idea, and your little one's name.
Then maybe our next adventure will be with you.
Until our next Storytime Hangout.
Thanks for listening. We can't wait to share another fun Lively Lewis story with you.